welcome to another pick a card reading. Today's reading is going to be what are these synchronicities trying to tell me? I'll word it better. This is a reading about synchronicities. So we have five piles to choose from. We have 1111. We have 222. We have 333. We have 444. We have 555. And I'm only doing this because these are like clock numbers that a lot of people see. Maybe you're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you're seeing a weird sequence that just keeps occurring. But for today, we're doing this set of numbers. So let's get on to 1111. We have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Cups reversed. We have Ultimate Potential, Sanctuary, and we have Astara. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. So, an anecdote from my life. I feel like my spiritual journey, well, it didn't start, but it kicked off. It didn't start, but it was really significant when I started seeing 1111 a lot, and I still say it now, but it's my favorite scripture in the Bible. With God, all things are possible. And so every time I see 1111, I make a wish, right? Like a wish on a star. And just think, with God, all things are possible. Like, ultimate potential, every possibility is available to me. And, nothing is impossible, right? So sometimes we get into this mopey energy of nothing works out for me. What is my dog doing? I'm sorry. Sorry. We get into this mopey energy. You feel sorry for me and poor pitiful me. But because this is reversed, it's like you're sort of turning that around. And I feel like what you might be going through is you have hit sort of a plateau in sadness, right? It's like a lot of like shitty things might have happened to you, maybe to the point where you're like numb at this point. And instead of being sad, it's like you're almost like, okay, like this has got to turn around. Like, I can't be sad all the time. I can't have bad luck all the time. Like, God put something in my life, right? And so it's sort of like the only thing you really have is like wishing on a star, wishing for possibilities, wishing for something better than yourself. And, you might be manifesting in your home, or you might be creating sort of a sanctuary inside of your head. I'm getting sort of like you're in an environment that is like not in alignment with you. It's like you have sort of spiritually ascended this environment, and you just aren't a vibrational match to the people around you, the situations in your life. And so you might listen to a lot of music that's inspiring and sort of gets you pumped. I'm hearing for some of you, maybe you are on a big workout kick, right? So you're listening to a lot of songs that, help with your cardio and help you stay focused on, maybe your body goals or something. Maybe because of this action. I don't know, but I feel like you want to take action. Like, you want to move. You want to, like, better your circumstances and get away. I'm feeling like maybe you're in a place where everyone is so small and you're so much bigger than your surroundings, right? And it's not like a put down to those other people. It's just like you have ascended to a higher level in your spirituality, in your personal development, and you just sort of surpassed the people who you're around, and you just want bigger things for yourself, right? And like, maybe even a part of you even envies their like simple life, right? And like simple mind, and but you just like yearn and long for something better. And maybe you are reaching a place in your personal path where you realize that all of these experiences that haven't been working out for you, all of the disappointments, all of the challenges, were actually a result of you not fitting into that place, right? It's like there's nothing for you here. So of course you're going to get disappointments. Of course you're going to get resistance because it's just not a vibrational match. So it's like you have to set your sights higher, and you won't have this disappointment because you'll be aligned to those wishes, aligned to those dreams, right? But you can't really get disappointed when things don't work out in a place that you don't even fit in to begin with, right? And like I said, I don't think that you are doing this in a snobby way or doing this in a, like, screw these people, oh my god. It's just more like, this doesn't fit. You know, I'm meant for other things. I need to be somewhere else. So you're dreaming, you're manifesting, you might be doing a lot of affirmations, but a lot of wishing, a lot of dreaming. And with the Seven of Swords, this is the sneaky card, and so I feel like maybe you have some sort of plan in the back of your head to move away or to apply for a dream job or, you know, something that's just like bigger and grander for your life, and you're not really telling very many people about it because they might not understand, or they might think that you're a crazy fool for trying to take a risk on something, or for whatever reason. But definitely beneath the surface, there's a lot going on with you as far as dreaming, daydreaming, and wanting something better for yourself. So reach for the stars, 1111. I love you very much. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. I love you. Bye. Go after your dream. Okay, for our 222s, we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Tower reversed. We have the Five of Wands reversed. We have positive thinking. Come on, come on. Confidence, I like it. I like it, especially with the story I'm getting here. And we have Indriel. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. Sweet. Okay, so I feel like perhaps in the past, and this kind of goes with 1111, so if that, if you would like to hear that message, you can pick as many piles as you want, baby, okay? But for my 222s, I feel like perhaps you were in an environment with a lot of bickering, a lot of fights, and a lot of people telling you who to be, right? What you should do, who to be, what kind of person they expect out of you. And it felt like this constant battle of standing up for yourself, having to defend yourself, having to explain yourself. But these people weren't, they weren't a vibrational match like 1111, but I feel like with this pile, this is a little more like you used to be angry that either they couldn't accept you, or you used to be angry that, you know, perhaps you were even sort of angry with yourself that you couldn't fit in, and so that's why you would get defensive, right? But I feel like you're turning a corner and sort of accepting yourself for who you are, and being more vulnerable about your inner thoughts, inner feelings, where you may have kept them in for fear of having to fight someone about it, right? Now it's like you are being more vulnerable and sharing things about yourself that you may have never shared before. And as a result, I feel like it's helping you gain a lot of confidence. And I don't think it's just, we see positive thinking here, but I feel like this is like sharing your highs and your lows, right? Just sharing your experiences and not keeping everything so bottled inside, feeling like you have to like fight off everyone. With the Five of Wands is about competition. It's about competing interests, a game, wanting to win, right? And so in the past you might have felt like you always had to play this game, you always had to play by someone else's rules, and you always had to explain yourself. And now I feel like you're reaching a place where it's like, you know what? My art deserves to be on the fridge too. I am just as valuable as a person, even though I'm different than you. And I don't have to explain myself to anyone. I don't have to fight with anyone. And everything that I go through, all of my challenges, they help people. And my experiences can change the world, right? Because with this light worker, it says that your divine light helps the world. So even if you aren't like an empath, even if you aren't a tarot reader, astrology reader, a psychic medium, anything like that, even if you aren't a professional psychic or have no plans to be, whenever I see light worker, this just means that you could be different than others. Like you bring light to the world, right? So you could be like, it could be in simple ways. It could be like you're super funny and that brings light to the world, or you are very artsy and your art inspires people and uplifts people, or I did say art on the fridge, so some of you might be artists. It could also just be something simple like you are a good child care provider, right? And so, if you are something as simple as like a daycare worker, you bring light to children's worlds, right? So it can be the smallest job or like the biggest job, but I feel like you are reaching a place of acceptance for yourself and thinking more positively about yourself, thinking more positively about past experiences others might have made you feel bad about, and you're like, you know what, I have no reason to feel bad about that. I was seeing things from their perspective, but from my perspective, I'm actually doing okay, so y'all can just back off. But yeah, getting more confidence and being more comfortable with yourself. The Tower reversed is about rebuilding, and this positive thinking card talks about sort of replanting, talks about rebuilding our garden in our head, right? So pulling out the weeds, the bad thoughts, and planting good seeds and nurturing those good thoughts. So it's like you're restructuring how you view yourself, but how you used to view yourself was through someone else's lens, and now you're viewing yourself through your own lens. Does that make sense? But in any case, stepping into your true self, stepping into your authentic self, not only gives you confidence, but it's going to make a better difference in the world. So let me know if that resonated, number 222. I love you very much. If that resonated, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Okay, for my 333s, we have the Fool reversed. We have Death. We have the Empress. Major Arcana. All three. Interesting. Okay. We have Worthiness. We have Friendliness. And we have Daniel. I am the angel of marriage, and I am assisting you right now. Okay, so the immediate message I'm getting is some of you could be a wife or have been a wife for a long time, and that was pretty much your only role in life, and you got so used to it that the only interaction you had was with your husband, and whenever you got around people, you were a little awkward. And it's because, like, it's like your husband knew your worth, or, well, I'll stick with one storyline and then I'll get to another one. But your husband knew your worth, and other people that you encountered didn't express it in the way he did, so you just felt like awkward and dorky around them. Another group of you, perhaps you had a husband, or have a husband, unfortunately, who was who put down your worth, right? And so that made you awkward because you thought like everyone like thought you were worthless, right? Like he did. But I feel like you are stepping into a place, things are transforming, right? Things are changing. And those changes are hard to see. They're hard to, like you can feel them internally, but externally you might not see anything, but you know like you're undergoing a transformation within inside. I have never seen these children here, guys. There's children in this death card at the bottom of the corner. Ew, I see a mouse on our countertop. Sorry. So there's children in the right hand corner, so I feel like, you know, some of you may have children with this person. It jumped. Some of you may have children with this person, and the message is the same, right? That all you ever knew was your husband and your kids, and it made you afraid to take risks in friendships. We have two friend cards here. Sometimes the Fool is a friend, speaks of friendship because we have a dog right here. Dogs are friendship and loyalty, right? And then we have friendliness right here. Good Lord. Also want to say for others of you, you might be pregnant because the Empress is about pregnancy, motherhood, wifiness, but some of you may be pregnant, and so the transformation you're undergoing is having children, which is interesting because I saw these children down here, which I've never seen before. For others of you, like I said, you look at your worthiness through the eyes of your children, and, you know, sometimes kids, they can be little buttholes. Like, I love them. Sometimes they can be sweet, but, you know, they're, like, honest, and so, sometimes they say things that'll hurt your feelings that isn't necessarily true, you know, like, Mommy, looks like a monster because she doesn't have makeup on, or something like that, right? And so, I feel like you need some friends. You need friendships. So when you see 333, you might be too focused on partnerships, too focused on relationships, that you are not nurturing friendships, and it's a result of not feeling worthy because it's like you can only feel worthy in relationships. Even if you aren't married, I feel like this is speaking to those of you who, it's like if you get a boyfriend, then you drop off the face of the earth from your friends, right? But it's because it's like there's something about like self-esteem, like it's like a need to have inner self-esteem, a need to have inner confidence, that you don't rely on external, whether it's from a partner or whether it's from your friends. But the thing about love relationships is, you know, they are an exaggerated form of flattery, right? It's like your partner will say things like, I love you, baby, you know, and like, you're perfect. I mean, just have that like halo effect, honeymoon effect, rose-colored glasses. You know, when you first get with someone, there's that fireworks period where you just see the best in someone else, right? And so maybe you're sort of addicted to that energy because you don't get that energy from friends, because a lot like children, friends can be super honest, right? So friends can be like, girl, you making a mistake, you being stupid. And this is what the full reversed is too. The full reversed is like, hey, you're gonna fall off a mountain. The dog's warning you, right? The dog is telling you, like, I'm looking out for you. Don't do anything stupid. And that can make you feel unworthy, but actually, it's like their criticism is actually a sign of love. And it's not like putting you down as a person. It's just because they love you, they want to warn you, right? Because they love you, they want to make sure you understand your worth. I know I'm speaking to a lot of people, so I'm trying to get all the messages I can. But yeah, for some of you, maybe you just fell into a relationship and you are relying on that relationship as a source for all of your worthiness, when it should be something internal. And yeah, I do feel like you do need to nurture your friendships. I don't think the relationship is bad, because we do have the transformation and we have the sexy mama. So it's like you are getting confidence from this. I just feel like there's something you're not seeing because of a lack of inner self-worth that you need to explore. That is transforming, but like, I would say step back from a relationship to examine your worthiness and and nurture friendships too. I see the word happiness in both of these cards. I'm sorry, I feel like there's sort of like a false happiness. I don't know. Let me know if that resonated. I love you very much. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will see you later. I love you. Bye. Okay, for my 444s. We have the Emperor reversed. We have the World. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Two major arcanas. That's good. We have Clarity. Authenticity. Grace and Antoinette, to help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. So, a lot of you might be writers or students. You might have just graduated. The Authenticity card, because there's a typewriter. This could be a message coming your way, or like I said, you could be a writer with the Clarity. I feel like heavy cerebral energy, heavy intellectual energy. And you might have recently tied up things, dropped a situation with someone who was very controlling, who was possibly even abusive, because you just woke up one day and saw the truth of the situation, and like you learned that lesson, the lesson sank in, and you sort of like dropped everything and decided to move on, right? There's a lot of movement forward. There's a lot of moving on. And instead of being like, oh, he's just a narcissist, toxic relationship, screw him, blah, blah, blah. It's like with this Grace and Antoinette, it's like you see that person's side, right? You know that they are, like, hurt people. So they're probably just a messed up person who had challenges in their life, and, you know, they take it out on you, and that behavior is not acceptable. You won't tolerate that behavior, but at the same time, you understand it, you have compassion for it, and you're not a victim, right? You have understanding and empathy towards this person, but you have completed this chapter, right? If you haven't gotten to that point yet, I feel like journaling will really help, or even like typing it out on the computer. But I feel like when we like write it out with pen and paper, for some reason that like sinks it in, like gets the message in clearer sometimes. But yeah, you have graduated from something, achieved something. You have come to the end of a cycle, and I feel like you realize, like in the past, you might have internalized it and thought that it was your fault, that it was your mistake, that, you know, and they may have been verbally and emotionally abusive to the point where, you know, they tried to make you feel like stupid or this or that, right? And so you might have thought that for a long time, but now it's like you're taking the mask off and seeing it for what it is, and sort of seeing like, oh, this person has issues and they're not my issues, right? Like I don't have to make them my issues. But writing will be very helpful, getting words out. Yeah. Let me know if that resonated. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you would like a personal reading. Check the description box below. I love you. Okay, for my 555s, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords. I'm sorry. We have No Judgment, Personal Growth, and Oceana, take action. You're in touch. Take action. You're in touch with the truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Okay, give me just a second. Gotta get a drink of water. Water. That's a cat meme. They spelled it W-O-T-A-R. Now, every time I drink water, I say it like that cat meme. Okay, so let me process this. There may have been someone who is taking forever, maybe dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and this person always reaches their end goal, but they do it the slowest, right? So they want to make sure that their T's are crossed, their I's are dotted, everything is lined up. But it may have caused a lot of heartache in the process, a lot of pause, a lot of rest and reflection. But now you're getting to a place of joy, right? Maybe you realize like personal growth. With the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords together, I like the progression because This is healing a broken heart, right? This is healing sadness, grief, pain, loss. You might be in separation with someone. I have to say, with judgment, it says no judgment, but in tarot, the judgment card can say reconciliation. So with this no judgment, it makes me feel like, you might be waiting on judgment to happen. You might be waiting on someone to return, and it's not happening. And but the message is that you're in a process of healing, and to focus more on joy, to focus more on the little things that make you happy, and they could be really simple things. They can be, and 555 is about changes, right? So you're going through a lot of changes. But for this Joyville, you could, it could be simple things like maybe you like to blow bubbles, right? Like blowing bubbles makes you happy. Who cares, right? Who cares what people think? I just like to blow bubbles. Let me do me, right? So something like simple like that. Let me know if one of you really likes to blow bubbles, because sometimes things pop into my head, don't know where they're coming from, and it ends up resonating with some people. But instead of sulking in this process, the healing process is going to be a lot easier if you focus on the little things to nurture your own emotional fulfillment outside of one person, right? Outside of, for some of you, I'm hearing like job, right? So this could be like waiting on a job or waiting on money or something. And it's also about understanding personal growth, like understanding that the challenges that you are facing are making you a stronger person. They're teaching you lessons. If you are separated from someone, separation hurts. I mean, I understand, I get it, but it also, if you can reach a place of acceptance, it also shows you a lot of things, right? Like, if you can still feel that person, if you share a telepathic connection with that person, then separation is a great way to verify that soulful connection with someone, right? Because if someone is right next to you, how are you to know that you really do have that soulful connection, right? It's that distance that creates a deeper knowing of that bond that you wouldn't have had if they were just like right there to verify it, right? Also, whenever we are separated, we are faced with our own baggage. We are faced with our own issues. We are faced with our own challenges. And those are important to sort out for ourselves. So this time is not all for naught. This time is not in vain. This time is not a waste of time. This time is a great time to heal, to do things that you love, and to learn more about yourself. I'm feeling for this Joyville with this bicycle, you might want to get into physical exercise, right? Like focus on body goals. That is a great way to sort of forget about your love problems, because, you could just focus on tracking your progress as far as losing weight, as far as, toning muscles, increasing the amount of weight you can lift and stuff like that, right? Increasing the amount of miles you can ride your bicycle, right? But if you do exercise, make sure it's something you actually love. Make sure it's something you that's fun for you. Like if you like to dance, take a dance class. I feel compelled to read this Joyville description, so bear with me. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it to my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? So vacation with this Four of Swords, maybe you do need to take a vacation, right? Something to bring you joy. But with this Oceana, it could be like across the ocean, right? Maybe you need to take a vacation across the ocean or take a cruise or something. But Oceana says take action. You're in touch with the truth of the situation. I at first thought you need to reach out, you need to take action, you need to make a move. But it might just be take action on your own emotional fulfillment. Take action on booking that vacation is what I'm feeling more now. So maybe that is split into two groups. I mean, I am reading for a lot of people oftentimes, so take what resonates. But for some of you, you might have to reach out and stop poking around, stop being so slow. And then for others of you, you might have to take action as far as not just like sitting in your house crying, sitting in your house feeling sorry for yourself, and get out and be active, right? Ride a bike, be active, do joyful things. Even if you can't afford a vacation, you can go on a nature hike or just get out of the house and shake it up. Let me know if that resonates. I love you very much. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. I love you. Bye.